At the end of the day, things, as I tell my team all the time, things happen in life by choice or circumstance. And it's very little that we can control. We played a team that's very talented and well coached on Thursday, and they were better that day. Okay, all things being considered, I know you're thinking, well, you just played the same team. Does that mean you're better now? But we were better today, and a lot of that has to do with our guys and their resilience and their ability to kind of flush it, move on to the next play. And such is life. You know, if you wake up the next day, you got an opportunity to be better, and we took advantage of the opportunity to be better. But one thing that can't go without being said is the fact that the energy that the fans in the community put into this place is unmatched. We have the best fans and the best atmosphere in the Sun Belt. To be completely honest, which is not even close. And this place right here helped carry these guys on to a victory. They felt the love, they felt the appreciation. It's tough to play, more than half of your season, and you can't get this until about after finals and after the student population comes back. So hopefully we can keep this energy going, and we can play a little bit more games like this, just not as close. Questions?
Coach, there might not be such a thing as an ugly win. That was an ugly win. How does it kind of set you up for the second half of Sun Belt Conference play?
Yeah, we play ugly. Yeah, we're not the cute team. People don't want to play cute teams, and what I mean by we play ugly, we do the things to you that you don't want done to you. We want to pressure you, all right? We want you to feel us, all right? We want you to accept all things that we're going to give you. So when I was a child, if I didn't want the medicine, my mother used to pinch my cheeks. And when she pinched my cheeks, she forced my mouth to open. So what we did tonight was we started settling early on in the game, and then we said we're not going to do that. All right, we're going to continue to press on. All right, so we shoot inside-out threes, and if we can shoot inside-out threes, we can make a few of them. All right, and then we're going to press up the whole game. All right, we're not going to fall back. That's the most aggressive defensively that we've played full court since I started coaching here. I'm okay with ugly because all W's look the same.
Coach, you mentioned the press. Mostly, I want to say most of the first half they pressured you guys. How was it like breaking the press? Did you have trouble with it?
It's less about the press, it's token pressure just to get us late in the shot clock. Obviously, sometimes we're overthinking a little bit. They did a really good job with their length and mixing up the defenses. So it's more so token pressure to kind of get you overthinking and get you late in the shot clock. We showed some points at times, and then at times we kind of lost sight of it. And it works for them, and it's pretty much who they are. They're pretty consistent with it.
Coach, we talked earlier about in the week that how you wanted to see how the team reacted to adversity. So after losing on Thursday and going down 9 today, what did you think of the response from your team?
Yeah, I just think it's part of it. I think we figured out that we're a team that if we stay together and don't panic, I think that we can take steps towards, doing the things that we need to do to bounce back. And today, I thought one of the key things was just everybody who came off the bench was ready. 25 points off the bench, it says a lot. Just to be completely honest with you, if you look at the numbers from the game on Thursday, I did not trust the bench as much. Didn't give them an opportunity. It was a conscious effort for me to kind of go to the bench early and give some guys some looks, and just, you don't know. The thing about it is, man, every night might not be your night, but every night can be our night if you do your job.
Now, Coach, being able to play a team twice in 2 days, what is something that y'all saw that time out in Thursday in UT Arlington that y'all improved upon when y'all played Saturday?
Great question. If anybody knows, they hadn't played that much zone since they played us. Obviously, they saw something on film that they wanted to go to. So we had an idea. And if they were going to play man, we were going to be confident. If you don't play that much zone, then if you're going to play man, you feel like you can guard. So we didn't panic if they went man. So that was one thing. So we put in a little wrinkle here and there, and then our guys were settled because we prepared for them to play man on Thursday. We honestly did. If you look at synergy and the percentages, they don't really play that much zone. It's the most zone that they've played all year.
Coach, at halftime, the atmosphere, how was the atmosphere between halftime and the end of the game after winning it within the team?
Yeah, at halftime, I'll tell you this, man. Our guys were just more focused on what it is that we didn't do. And then, it's the coach's job to focus in on what it is that we need to do. From a numbers standpoint, we just didn't get enough kills and wills, and that stops. That we call 3 stops in a row a kill. We call 3 stops in a row a will. So if we put together a good 3 or 4 of those in the first half, then we feel confident in where we are, and we were only like at 1 or 2. So that's where the focus was at. And then the other thing was just settling into the moment. It's the most people we played in front of all year.
You spoke earlier about your mom having to pinch your cheeks to give you medicine. Did you have to give out some medicine today, or was it mostly?
I gave it to Shelby Adams today. Yeah, he's a very prideful guy. He kept one of the leading scorers in the league to 9 points. I knew the kid was going to come out and be aggressive, so I certainly challenged him to come out and play a better second half, and I thought that he did.
Coach, you guys got really hot from 3 in that first half. What helped y'all get to those looks outside?
Yeah, I think we're able we set ball screens higher on the floor. And when you set ball screens higher in the floor, you give Mason an opportunity to kind of get downhill a little bit. And when he was able to do that, he was able to draw 2, and then he was just making the right reads, both he and Drew Drennan. And then we shared the ball a little bit. It popped off our hands a little bit. So.
And then in that second half, y'all got out to a little bit of a slow start, and then after that under-16 timeout, you guys go on the big run. So what was said during that break, and then what changed after?
Yeah, it just reiterated some of the things that we talked about at halftime. And sometimes when guys get out there, they just need to be reminded. And we were playing a little bit more like we did in the first half than we needed to play in the second half.
Now, Coach, last game on Thursday, y'all shot 42% from the free throw line, and today you guys were 73.3% from the free throw line. How did that fundamental step really make sure that y'all could get the win in such a tight game?
Yeah, traditionally we shoot the ball pretty decent from the free throw line. We were one of the top teams in the Sun Belt. So that was a little bit more uncharacteristic. So we just had to get back to who we are. So we focused a little bit more. And then, the coaches were reminding some of the guys of our free throw language. And guys took advantage of it and locked in and knocked them down.
Coach, no field goals for you guys in the last 7 minutes. How did you survive that stretch, even with those free throws?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, a tone had been established and the momentum had been swung. So a lot of that, to be honest with you, was the crowd and just having us believing that we were up 10, believe it or not. So we didn't get caught up in whether or not we made or missed a shot. We were still defending as if they were taking the ball out of the net. So just the energy from the crowd and just our guys and their maturity to stay locked in. So I thought we were still playing pretty decent. We were a little bit timid at times, but for the most part, the ball movement was there. We just weren't aggressive enough attacking gaps.
And if this ends up being the last conference game between the two sides, what do you think happens to the rivalry moving forward?
Yeah, I think it continues in non-conference. I think our AD, Don Coryell, has made it apparent that he wants to continue playing UTA, and I don't see why not. It's great for the fans. It's great. It's a good competitive game.
Now, with the environment here being so great and giving y'all that win today, do you expect to see another win coming up against Appalachian State?
Well, if we get a crowd like that, I think it'd be hard, not to play with that kind of energy. The last time Appalachian State was here, I thought it was probably one of the best crowds I ever witnessed, and that was a special night for us. That was actually the last time we ever witnessed Nigel Pearson playing in this gym. So certainly we hope that we did enough to bring everybody out, and hopefully they can bring a friend.
Coach, you mentioned Nigel. I think Shelby passed him today for the most career games as a Bobcat. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think if there's anybody Nigel wouldn't mind losing a record to, is Shelby. Shelby sat behind Nigel, for 3 years, and just kind of, it's no secret why he's such a special guy and a great leader, and why he's excelling, on and off the floor right now. So certainly Nigel was a special player here, and one day hopefully his name will be up in the rafters. But with Shelby Adams, like, he's just Mr. Bobcat. He's everything. He's everything that you want in a player. If you had an opportunity to start a program, that's who you want to start it with.
How was that game from you guys' point of view overall?
It was exciting for one, because we ain't had the atmosphere like that in I don't know how long. So yeah, it kind of just felt good. That's all really.
Yeah, it was pretty lit. A lot of energy in the building, and we fed off it. So yeah.
How was the atmosphere from halftime and going to the end of the game after you guys got the win?
At halftime, we kind of came to the understanding that it was just going to be a dogfight, and we talked about how we had a lot of support here in the gym. So, like I said, we just fed off of it, picked our intensity up some, played a little harder, and it worked out for us.
Shelby, Coach just called you Mr. Bobcat. You're top all-time in career games as a Bobcat.
Yeah.
Does that make Jace like little Mr. Bobcat?
Oh yeah, he's for sure. He's for sure. He's
Yeah,
really
little
like the
Jace.
resemblance of me, So yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, with Jace.
Well, Shelby, what did it mean to you to reach 134 games and be the program's all-time leader?
It's a blessing, just to be able to have the opportunity, for one, just to play D1 basketball. Growing up, I had a couple people told me this is something I wouldn't be able to do. So just now, getting named that I have the most games here, it's a blessing.
How many of the 134 can you remember?
A lot.
That's cap. I'm giving you 30 max.
I don't know. I can remember pretty much a lot, though.
Where does this one rank in the 134?
This for sure is, this for sure in the top 5.
What's your number one?
Hold up.
What's your number one? What's your number one?
My number one?
What's your number one?
I'll say my number one would be my junior year versus ULM here.
Okay.
That would be my number one.
I was a part of that?
Yeah, you was it.
You said
My junior year, you was a sophomore.
Don't remember that game.
He didn't get minutes.
Don't remember that game. Don't remember that game.
Caleb, something TJ mentioned was that this is kind of the most zone that he's seen UTA play. Was that something that kind of caught you guys off guard on Thursday?
Honestly, yes, because watching their film, they played a lot of man against other teams, so I don't know why they came and played zone against us. But Thursday we really didn't, adjust right. So we came back Friday, got in the gym and adjusted to that.
And so what were some of the adjustments that y'all made for today?
Basically, like being more spread out, using more ball screens because they like to down us. So yeah, and driving more because we didn't drive a lot.
You guys got really hot from outside early on. What helped y'all get to some of those looks?
Just attacking the zone and kicking it to the open man. We always try to say drive and kick. We do a lot of drills like that in practice as well. So that was the key. For this game.
Now, Caleb, that game against Arkansas, you were held down to 9 points.
Mhm.
Last game, you were held down to 7. What allowed you to get 15 points today? Something from your team, or was it the morale from the crowd? What was it?
It was my teammates really finding me because I think every point I scored on was it assisted by? I think it was probably, yeah. So my teammates finding me in my spots really.
And Caleb, you actually got into foul trouble too a little bit.
Yeah, once again. Yeah.
Was it was that the zone or was it kind of a little bit more?
It was kind of playing too aggressive on defense, honestly. Yeah, because
You decided it's birthday.
Yeah. You say birthday, you gotta. Yeah, come on, man.
You guys got off to a little bit of a slow start in the second half, and then after that under 16 timeout, y'all went on the big run. So what was said during the break there, and what changed afterward?
We just had to get stops. We feed off against stops, like steals, deflections. Anytime we could rebound the ball and just push it up the court, that was the main message at that media timeout. So that's what we did.
And then down the stretch, I think it was the last 7 minutes, y'all didn't have any field goals. So what helped y'all stick it out and keep the lead, finish up the win?
Defense, honestly, because how many points they scored? 53 points. Like that's great, honestly. So it was really just defense coming down the stretch.
What was both of you guys' favorite part of the game?
It's on you, birthday boy.
I don't even know. The whole game was crazy.
Yeah,
I think everything. It was good overall. Besides me fouling.
I heard a couple of y'all on the bench a little bit. Y'all were kind of looking around too at
Yeah.
the crowd. Was that kind of, did y'all expect that, or was it a lot, or a little?
I kind of expected it, but I didn't expect it to be that. Yeah, it was people way up there. I'm like, you really can't see that. I know you can't see way up there.
Well, if this ends up being the last conference game between the two sides, what do you feel like happens to the rivalry moving forward between Texas State and UTA?
I feel like it's gonna keep going on. I mean, honestly, it shouldn't stop because they're like right down the road. So like playing one game a year at like each spot, it'll be nice, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Now y'all were 7-1 at home before this game, and now it makes y'all 8-1 today. Do you guys want to make Strahan Arena a place where people come in excited and lose?
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah, for sure. We really try to protect home court. You know, we let one get away. We had some things we couldn't control, but that's the goal for sure.
Was there a different mentality going into this game from every other game that's happened?
Yes, because we were down. Cause we lost 2 games in a row, and last year when we lost 2 games in a row, we quick turnaround. So it was really just those 2 games like was on everybody's mind.
You talk about those 2 games. I think y'all went from second in the Sun Belt
To, like,
sixth.
sixth,
Y'all keep
yeah.
an eye on that, or y'all
Oh, I watch all that.
I know.
Trust me, you got to.